All right, we are on 4.4, lesson 15, and our objective is I can classify quadrilaterals based on parallel and perpendicular lines and the presence or absence of angles of specified size. This is a long one, but we're looking at quadrilaterals. And if you remember that, that's a four-sided shape. Okay? And then we're going to look at parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and then any kind of angles that we see inside of it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at we're going to make a trapezoid. Okay, we're going to see what those are. So I'm going to start with a 90-degree angle. I'm going to use my protractor. And it's okay if you don't have a protractor, you can just do the best you can. And I'm just going to draw a line on the bottom to be the bottom of my shape. Remember, all of these are going to be four-sided shapes. So I know I have to have four sides. And I'm going to go up to 90 degrees. I'm going to connect it going this way. So here I've got my two sides, and I know one side is 90 degrees. Then I'm going to draw another line on the top, just whatever length I want to. And then now I have my three sides. And I'm going to just connect my last 2 points together. Okay? So what I've done is I've just created a trapezoid, okay? And a trapezoid is any shape that has one set of parallel lines. So one set of parallel lines. And I always like to think of like a person trapped in here. So like here's a guy, he's upside down. He's like, oh, trying to stretch out. He's trapped in his trapezoid. So, based on this, right, it's a quadrilateral, has four sides, one set of parallel lines. See if you can draw some more trapezoids. These would be parallel. They're going to go on forever. Could do one that looks like this. Right? So these are all examples of a trapezoid. It can also have one set of perpendicular lines. Right here we have a perpendicular line, right? But by definition, trapezoid is going to have four sides and one set of parallel lines. So again, think of someone trapped in here. You're trapped inside of those trapezoids. Okay? So let's go on to the next one and we'll compare it. So my next one is construct and define a parallelogram. We're going to look at a parallelogram, what a parallelogram is. Remember, parallelogram is going to have four lines. But the difference on a parallelogram is that it's going to have not one set of parallel lines, but it's going to have two. So I'm going to draw a line on the bottom. I'm going to make mine very accurate here. I'm going to make sure, draw a line on the top. Oops. And I want to have the same angle measurement. So I'm going to make my angles to 120. And then over here to 120. I'm going to cut through these at the same degree. Oopsie. Should put the vertex down here. So what happens is now I've got a shape that has two sets of parallel lines, which would be a parallelogram. So let's write two sets of parallel lines. What that means is that these angles are going to be the same. These angles are going to be the same. So those opposite angles. Another parallelogram could just be just a regular rectangle, right? That has two sets of parallel lines. And the opposite angles are the same. I could have a square, right? That could be a parallelogram, two sets of parallel lines. So lots of different ones we can do for this. Could do another diagonal one going this way. As long as they just never cross that, then we have parallel lines. Okay? So trapezoid is 1, parallelogram is 2. Now let's look at what makes it a rectangle. So a rectangle is like a parallelogram, right? It's going to have two sets of parallel lines, but it has certain kind of angles. So what kind of angles do our rectangles have? They have to have 90 degrees. So I'm going to make sure I have this perfectly at 90. Make sure they cut through at 90 degrees. I'll go straight up. Right? So they're still a parallelogram. Still have my two sets of parallel lines, right, that go on forever. But they also cross. All my angles are going to have 90 degrees. They're all going to be right angles. Two set of parallel lines. All angles equal 90 degrees. So what's another shape that follows this? We should all say a square, right? Goes on. Two sets of parallel lines, all right angles. So square would match that. And those are the only two shapes that fall under there. But you can make rectangles of all different sizes, right? I can make a really skinny one, so it has 90 degrees. I can make a really fat one. So different ways. As long as they have two sets of parallel lines and they end at 90 degrees. Last one, construct a square. So we said a square is like a rectangle, but it has one more thing, right? So I'm going to measure this so it all is the same length. So I'm going to go to my vertex. Make sure it's 90. Go to the end of my protractor. 90. And then 90. So 90 degrees. They've got their two sets of parallel lines. The other thing that a square has to have is all the sides have to be the same length. So let's say this is 3 centimeters, then this is 3 centimeters, then this is 3 centimeters, and this is 3 centimeters. They all have to match. So let's write that over here. Two sets of parallel lines. Right, there's one. All angles are 90 degrees, which is just like a rectangle, but the last thing, all side lengths are equal. And that is how you define a square. All right, we're going to be using these definitions and how we construct it on our problem set tomorrow. So make sure you have all these down, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.